So I got a call from my oncologist in Boston today, and he informed me that he's feeling a little bit less puzzled about this situation because the paperwork that was sent down, that they had to retest my receptors. Uh, I had about that biopsy a few weeks ago. It was a punch biopsy. They sent the wrong person's paperwork. So when he said that my receptors had flip-flopped, that's not true. They were looking at the wrong persons, and it's pretty concerning that both places didn't catch that, but he did catch it today, and so I asked him how he's feeling about this, and he said he feels less puzzled, and I haven't gotten the results back from the biopsy I had just a couple of days ago. I should get that next week, and that should confirm as well that it's still HER2 positive. But he is gonna put me on he said it's not actually a chemo. It's a drug called Kadcyla, and I'm hopeful that this is gonna work. I did look it up, and it looked like it was a good one, and a lot of people use it when the first chemo didn't work, and sometimes they use it after surgeries. But I'm excited that it's not actually a chemo, that my hair will grow back. I'm going to ask a few more questions next week about if it's going to affect my white blood count and if I can be around people more. I know with COVID, I really shouldn't anyway. People shouldn't, but like I've been like super, super careful. Um, so I'm hopeful. I'm I'm upset that that happened, but I'm just gonna look at it as, we all make mistakes and they caught it. Had they not have caught it and they started me on a different chemo, then I would have been much more upset. So I just don't have the energy to be upset about that and to, get all worked up about it. I just want to move on and be really hopeful that this is going to work. I'm here in Boston. I had my first treatment yesterday with Kadcyla. And I know online I've been talking about how it's a chemotherapy, but I had said that it wasn't a chemotherapy. I'm a little bit confused about it. However, I did ask my oncologist yesterday, and he said it does have small doses of chemotherapy in it. So I'm just going to keep calling it a chemo. It's the easiest word I can think of to describe it. But it will be less, I'll have less side effects. My hair should grow back. I'm not going to have the crazy symptoms that I had before, hopefully, although it does affect people differently. So they made sure I had anti-nausea meds at home, and they gave me some yesterday as well. I did ask a lot about my white blood count, if it was going to be lowered like my other chemotherapy, and they said it shouldn't, but different people, it affects them differently. So like some of their patients still have to have the Onpro Neulasta shot because that's what raises your white blood count. And so they would be able to tell next cycle in 3 weeks if my white blood count has been affected. So, I mean, we're in the middle of COVID anyway, so I'm not going to be around a lot of people. But once I know if my white blood count is more stable than before, then I can probably be around a few more people than I have been. He did clear up the mistake with the paperwork. He showed me how the first sheet had my name on it, and whoever ran it through to scan it into the computer or send it or whatever, had another person's name on the second sheet, which had the receptor information. And so nobody really caught it because they checked the first page that had my name, but the second page was somebody else's name. And it was in smaller writing, but he did end up catching it. But he did say, I'm not sure if it was on, at home's end or our end. But he kind of just went on after that because I'm sure some people, you know, and I probably should be more upset about it than I am. And some people would probably take some action with that. And I've been thinking about it, and maybe I'll call someone. But right now I just want to have this treatment work. That's all that's on my mind. So I asked him about how long I would know before this Kadcyla works or not works. And he said within the first couple of cycles, I should notice a difference, because the breast that I have cancer in is very red and swollen and inflamed. And so I should notice some difference. So I'm going to try not to obsess over it and look at it every second and see, is it different? Is it different? But I'm hoping that within a week or so I can tell a little bit of a difference. So the day was pretty long. I had to go in and first get my pore accessed. And then I had to go meet with my oncologist. And of course I had to wait in the waiting room for both of those. After that, they had to mix up the Kadcyla from the pharmacy, and that took about 45 minutes. So I was able to go get something to eat in the cafeteria. And then the first cycle is always longer, because they want to make sure your body is doing fine on it. So they slowed it down to go into my port within 120 minutes. And then there's a 120-minute observation time. So I was there I went in, my first appointment was at 11:10. So I went a little bit early. Didn't get out until about 5:45. Luckily we got a hotel that I'm here now. And my husband did have to wait in the parking garage for part of it, because we couldn't get into the hotel until the afternoon, but then he was able to come in. So that was good. So I'm feeling fine. Last night I felt kind of tired, but I think it was just because I had a long day. But usually after my other chemo, I didn't feel effects for the first few days. So I'll know more in a couple of days, but I'm really hoping that I don't have the same effects that I had before. So I will let you know. Today is day 5 after I had Kadcyla in Boston. And today's the first day that I've really felt any symptoms. I'm feeling super tired today. Although I did feel a little bit tired yesterday, but I think that had to do more with Christmas. That was 2 days ago. But I feel very fortunate that I was able to do Christmas with my family this year. I thought I was going to be having surgery. So I didn't really have any symptoms. I felt fine on Christmas. So that was really good. But today I've just had a stomach ache for the past hour or so, but I did just take a nausea pill. So it's starting to kick in and helping. My head is hurting a little bit, which is kind of a new symptom. I didn't really have too many headaches with the last chemo. But the biggest one has been just like having no energy. My legs have been hurting again, and aching. So I'm hoping that's not going to continue to be an issue. But I'm just hoping that I don't have many other symptoms besides these, and that they stay minor. And I will keep you updated. Today is 1 week since my last treatment. And I'm super hopeful. I asked my oncologist how I would know if the chemo is working, and he said because the breast that has cancer in it was definitely red and swollen and much heavier than the other one, and I've noticed some improvement since just in a week. So it just makes me really, really excited. I do still have quite a few sores from my last chemo. I think this is from the stuff I was having before. It's been quite a while since I've had that, but that stays in your system for a while. But I also wanted to show you that my hair is growing back. If you can see, it's little fuzzies. I kind of noticed my eyelashes looking a little bit different. I'm not sure if those are growing back or if it's just my imagination, but I'm just feeling really happy and hopeful today. Today is day 12, and I've been feeling really good lately. I actually just got done doing a workout that I found online for chemo patients. It was just an easy workout, and it felt really good to do it. I've been for a couple of walks in the past week. We celebrated New Year's Eve and stayed up till midnight and had a really good time, and was really thankful that I was feeling good during that. I have experienced a few symptoms still. My skin is still really super itchy. I don't know if it's from this one or if it's just left over from the other chemo. But I do feel itchy a lot. I've still been having to use a lot of lotion. The sores are starting to go away, but my skin is still really itchy. I've been getting a lot of hot flashes, which I had before, but I feel like they're more often now. My nose is pretty dry and kind of bloody a lot. Besides that, I'm not feeling the fatigue that I was feeling. I'm more tired than I was before cancer, but I'm not as tired as I was on the last chemo. And been able, like today we really cleaned the house a lot. I went outside and played with the girls, and I was able to do all that, and I still don't feel super tired. So it's just really good to feel good. The inflammation, I think in the last video I had said that I had noticed a difference, and it's a hard thing because sometimes I feel like it's more red some days and then it's less red, and it's hard to keep looking at it and hoping that it's working. So that's just been, we just have to kind of not worry too much about it. And I have another treatment coming up in about a week and a half, and hope that within the next treatment, I end up noticing a big difference, and just keep hoping and praying that it's working. We're out sledding today. It feels good to be doing things with my family and able to climb up the hill. So here we go. Oh no, we'll get it, Dee. We'll be right back. Woo! We're gonna catch the sled. Oh, this is so much fun. Today is day 18 and it's the weekend finally. I'm feeling a little bit run down. I think I've been doing a little bit too much lately. We went sledding a couple of different times. I've been for walks this week. I've been trying to do exercise, but I think I kind of went into overdrive and did a little bit too much. So I just feel really run down, headachy, just tired. And one of my biggest symptoms that I've been feeling lately is, which I've been feeling most of this whole time, is my itchy skin, but it's really starting to bother me lately. And it's worse at night. It's on my, mostly on my arms and the back of my neck. So a lot of times I'll go grab my ice pack that I have in the freezer in the middle of the night, and I'll just put it right on it because nothing else relieves it. I've been trying to drink as much water as I can, put lotion on several times a day, and it's still just, it's kind of strange that it's mostly at night. It is a little bit during the day too, but I just notice it a lot at night. And the hot flashes too, along with the itchiness. I sleep okay, but probably not as good as I could. So I am going to be talking to my oncologist about that and trying to figure out why I'm so itchy and what I can do to relieve that. Other than that, my legs have been hurting a little bit and aching just because I've done a lot of exercise that I don't think my body is used to. Um, but I've been feeling really good this week, so this weekend I'm just gonna take it easy and just let my body rest and just try not to push myself as much as I have been. Um, I was feeling so good. I felt like, I'm feeling back to normal, but really my body is not normal right now. So I just need to take care of it and rest and do little things here and there. Um, so I go back to my um, oncologist to get another treatment um, in, let's see, 4 days on the 13th of January. So I'm looking forward to that, getting another treatment and just allowing this process to work. I probably won't be putting out too many more videos too often because most of these treatments I'm not really having too many symptoms. So whenever I feel like I have an update, then I will update all of you. Thanks for watching.